to evaluate limit equations from a graph. Now here we have a graph. Let's go ahead and see the first example. Let's say we have limit x approaches 2 from left side. What is the y value? And limit when limit x approaches 2 from x approaches 2 from right side, what's the y value? And when limit x approaches 2 from both sides, what's the y value? And also f of 2. Now let's go ahead and see one by one. So first one, limit x approaches 2 from left side, what's the y value? So from left side means left to right. So you can see when it comes from left to right, which graph it's meet first. You have to look at that. So here this is the one, like at x is equal to 2, we have 3 points. We have a closed circle and also we have open circle. Like we have two open circles here. So which value is going to be? So when you come from when they say limit x is approaching 2 from the left side, you can draw a line and see like which graph it touches first. So if it comes from left side, this is the first graph that's meeting here. So whatever the value this graph contains is going to be the y value we are going to be interested in. So when x is equal to 2, the y value here is 3. So the answer for this one is 3. And the next one, when limit x approaches 2 from the right side. So from here to here, which graph is going to meet first? It's going to meet this graph first. So whichever the value this graph contains is going to be the y value you're going to have. So this is like -1, -2, -3, -4. At -4 we have a whole at 2. So the answer here is -4. And if you look at the left side, from the left side and right from right side, we don't have the equal value. We have 3, -4. So therefore limit does not exist. We only have limit when both of them are equal. So this one does not exist. F of 2, you have to look for a closed circle at 2. We have 2 open circle and only 1 closed circle. So that's closed circle is the one we are going to put right here. So this is 1. And that's our answer for this one. Let's look at this graph. Let's find some limit function for it. Let's say we have limit x approaches 3 from the left side. What's the y value? When limit x approaches 3 from the right side, what's the y value? When limit x approaches 3 from both sides, what's the y value? And what is f of 3? Now let's go ahead and find one by one. So when limit x approaches 3 from the left side, so from here to here, when it reaches 3, what is the value? So when it's 3, there are 2 points. We have a open circle and also a closed circle. But when it comes from left side, you have to see which one it touches first. It touches this graph first. So whatever the value that contains is going to be the y value we are going to have. So when x is equal to 3, y here is 2. So the answer here is 2. Now limit x approaches 3 from the right side. What's the y value? When it comes from right side, which is the graph is going to meet first? Is the same graph and the same values have at x is equal to 3, that's 2. So since we have from limit of x approaches 3 from the left side and right side have the same value, so we have limit x's and that's also going to be 2. F of 3 is basically at 3 we have to look for a closed circle. In this case, the closed circle is only this one here. That is when x is 3, this is 4. So the answer for this one is 4. Now let's look at another graph. Let's look at this graph. Let's say we want to find when limit x approaches 2 from the left side, what's the y value? When limit x approaches 2 from the, I mean this from left side, this from the right side, what's the y value? When limit x approaches 2 from both sides, what's the y value? And when also f of 2. Okay, now let's go ahead and do one by one. This is not f equal to f of 2. Okay, let's look at the first one. First one, when limit x approaches 2 from the left side, what's the y value? It's coming from left to right. Which graph it's missing first? It's only one graph we are having, so it's this one. And at 2, the value is 2 here. So the answer is 2. And when limit x approaches 2 from the right side, again we only have one graph, so we just have to look at the value at x is equal to 2, that is 2 here. And when limit x approaches 2 from both sides, so here you can see from the left side and the right side we have equal value, same value, therefore the limit exists and that also contains the same value. And f of 2 mean you have to look for a closed circle when x is equal to 2. And if you look at here, when x is equal to 2, we only have open circle, we don't have a closed circle, so f of 2 does not exist. Okay, now let's look at another one. Okay, let's look at this graph. Let's say we want to find limit when limit x approaches 4 from the left side, what's the y value? When limit x approaches 4 from the, so this, okay, from left side, what's the y value? And when limit x approaches 4 from both sides, what's the y value? And what is the f of 4? Now let's go ahead and find one by one. Limit x approaches 4 from the right side. Right side means from right to left. When x is equal to 4, what's the y value? So here x is equal to 4 and y is -2. So the answer for this one is -2. And when limit x approaches 4 from the left side, what's the y value? Again, see, we only have one graph right here, so the answer is going to be same. From left to right, we still have the same point at 4, that is -2. So since we have from the left side and from the right side have same value, therefore limit exists, and the limit 4 when x approaches 4 is going to be same value, that's -2. Now f of 4 here we are having f of 4 because this is a closed circle, you know, this one is fully circle, there's no hole or anything, so we are going to have a value that is basically the same value, -2. So here you can see all of them are -2. It means this limit is continuous at this point. And that's all in this video, guys. Thanks for watching. See you guys on my next video.